hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, we're heading down from MARME, Konya, down towards Kato Paphos, and our final destination will be the Paphos Harbour on a truly spectacality of a morning indeed. Just look out across the horizon. That sky, it's blue. The sea, I promise you, it's looking blue. Mr. Paul, oh yeah, he's dressed head to toe in blue. That must mean one thing: all that is missing is you. So get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. Paphos Cyprus, Marika and me, we're waiting especially for you. And I'd like to do a big shout out to two superstars in downtown Hungary. If your name's Miss Norma and there's an Albert in your life, you're about to get on a big bird and you're going to come to Paphos and you're going to have a great time indeed. And you never know, Miss Norma and Mr. Albert, we may bump into each other in the downtown Kato Paphos Harbour. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's the kind of view that takes your breath away. I'd like to do a big shout out to some other stars that like to watch the little channel known as Marika and me. If your name's Sir Richard, there's a Lady Julie Nash in your life, and of course a superstar, Viscount Leo. We thank you very much for your contribution to the channel and of course all of your help, and we're looking forward to 2024, that is for sure. We wish each and every person that watches a very Merry Christmas, and of course a very prosperous New Year. And of course it's coming up very soon indeed, isn't it? And of course one or two people will be coming to Paphos and we'll be looking forward to seeing you all, that is for sure. Big shout out to Dayman, Sir Peter, and of course Purdy the dog in downtown Hartlepool. We know you had a great Christmas dinner because we connected via the little platform called WhatsApp, and I popped in for Christmas lunch and had a chat with the superstar known as Dayman. Yes indeed. Now, you may be aware that Marika is away, some may not be aware, but she is downtown Tbilisi, Georgia. That's where she is. And in the afternoon videos, she, through the wizardry of the internet, will be patching through especially for you. So basically, I'll be standing on a beachfront somewhere saying, well, hello and welcome back. And then we'll patch through to Masochi Gracila booth and to see what she's doing in downtown Tbilisi. And I tell you what, Tbilisi is a beautiful city. It really is. For those of you who've been there, you know that. And of course, for those of you who have not, may have some mixed ideas about the place. But I tell you what, it really is a state-of-the-art city. It's got some fantastic history, some culture, and on top of that, an awful lot of modernism in some fancy new buildings and all these kind of things. And it's a place where I went a couple of times a couple of years ago with Marika when we were buying an apartment, and there was something that struck me which was incredible. There's a Beautician's building, that's what it's called, the Beautician's building, and that's where you go if you want to do anything. In other words, if you're buying a property, if you're buying a car, your passport, your driving license, whatever it might be, that's where you go. And I'm telling you, in the same day, normally in a couple of hours, it is done. When we bought an apartment, we walked in there with some money, obviously. There's banks there as well, and we transferred the money to the man, and the man transferred the title deed for the property to us, and it was all done in less than 2 hours. Wow, absolutely amazing. No solicitors were involved and no lawyers were involved, so I'm feeling sorry for the lawyers and the solicitors. Perhaps not. This is the Limassol roundabout, by the way, and we are going to start our descent to downtown Kato Paphos along the inner ring road, as I like to call it. There's pretty much this dual carriageway all the way in and around Paphos, which, to be honest, is the quickest way to circumnavigate Paphos, unless you want to go into the centre of Paphos, obviously. But the centre of Paphos, wow, most times it's bedlam, especially around 10 o'clock in the morning. That's when everyone gets out of bed and rushes around looking for breakfast and those kind of things. And then of course it crescendos at around 12 o'clock because everyone wants to go for lunch, and then it crescendos at around 5 o'clock because everybody wants to go home. See? Great place, Paphos. Not a lot of work going on, just a lot of driving around, a lot of coffee drinking, and a lot of sublighting. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? No, definitely not. Andrea, the lights are on red, especially for me, so I better stop. Otherwise, Andrea will be removing some of my gold stars. While we stop, on the left-hand side, we've got McDonald's, and just over there, on the left, we've got the Neon Paphos Mall. And there's some huge improvements coming to there, by the way. What started off as quite a small little mall is now going to be growing to a big mall. Lidl supermarket, they're coming in there in March. If you look carefully, you might just be able to make out the little sign to the left of the main entrance sign. There's a big coffee shop here on the right-hand side of the mall, and they're actually going to double the size of the mall starting in March. On the rear car parking area, they're going to build 1,600 square metres of shops, offices and a rooftop restaurant. So big changes coming to the Neon Mall of Paphos, that's for sure. Ouch, what a pothole was that, eh? Terrible. The ride in this car is not very good, by the way. It's a BMW X3. I mean, it handles quite well, and I suppose, yeah, what can I say? Where's my Jag? That's what you're wondering. Well, the Jag is having that little bit of maintenance. It's having all its suspension taken out to have a good look around inside it, and it's having most of its engine taken out as well, just to make sure that there's nothing wrong, because, well, it could be catastrophic if there is, couldn't it? So that's getting done, and it's got the little nick here and a little nick there. That's the problem with living in Paphos, by the way, especially with a big car. So it's having a bit of body work as well, and the wheels are going to be done. When it comes back, ooh, she's going to be nice, and she's going to be purring, especially for me. Yes, as I drive in and around Paphos, especially for you. Now, if you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to come back for a little bit more of Mr. Paul's complete and utter madness. And if you want to keep the channel afloat, well, hitting the thumbs up, the like button, hitting the subscribe button, by the way, doesn't cost you a single penny. No, it just tells YouTube that you like what you've seen, and perhaps they should recommend it to more like-minded people like yourselves. But if you want to give a contribution to the channel, how do you do it? Very, very easy indeed. All you have to do is hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. Totally safe and totally secure. Google these magic words, Marika and me, buy me a coffee, or buy me a coffee, Marika and me. Up will come our landing page. You will have an opportunity to read that a little bit more about us, and of course you can choose to read all the comments and all the replies of all the kind people that have gifted us coffees, like Norma and Albert, all the way from downtown in Hungary, like Sir Richard and Judy Nash, all the way from downtown Wiltshire, all the way from downtown Glasgow, Sir John Ricey. Yes, we thank each and every one of you that chooses to gift us that virtual coffee or two. You can also choose to become one of our superstar members. You've got support, that's how you gift us a coffee, and you've got the membership side, and that's where you join us at only €10 a month. And of course, if you want a birthday shout out, an anniversary shout out, if you want to mention, that's how it works. And on top of all of that, very, very soon indeed, the Marika and Me privilege card is coming, and that will give you various discounts and privileges in and around Paphos, primarily in the Kato Paphos promenade and harbour area, but slowly it will grow, and you will save a couple of bob or two. Now, if you're living in downtown Bristol, and perhaps there's a beauty in your life called Lady Naomi, and perhaps she's got a man in her life called Sir Matt. A very, very, very Calimera to you. We hope you've had a great, great Christmas with the kids, and hopefully you'll be coming back to see us in downtown Paphos very, very soon indeed. Now, on these inner ring roads, by the way, the speed limit in Paphos in general is 50 kilometres an hour. But the boys and girls in blue are very, very generous, especially to you, and they'll allow you to do 60 kilometres an hour. Yes, they've reduced it from 65, now it's 60. So as long as you're not doing more than 60 kilometres an hour, you are not going to get an infringement on your credit card. Now, coming up down here is one of the hot spots for them. There's a little bit of shade and some trees for them to hide behind, and more often than not, they will be sitting there waiting, especially for you if you've got your foot down. So, as I always say, if you're driving in and around Paphos, roads stick to 60 kilometers an hour. If you're on the highway, you can go to 120 before they zap you. So remember, you've been warned, because they are looking out for speeders, people on mobile phones, and people without seatbelts. As for everything else, it doesn't matter. If you want to make a YouTube video, if you want to drink a frappe, if you want to eat a pork kebab, no problem. They're not here today though, there we are. But normally they are hiding behind those bushes. But of course it's Christmas, isn't it? So of course they're probably sitting on a beach somewhere, because that's where you should be and that's where I should be. Or perhaps you should be filling in the potholes, who knows. Anyway, downtown Kato Paphos is coming up very, very soon indeed. Here we go. There it is on the sign. Kato Paphos Harbour is 3 kilometres. Now this technically is Kato Paphos. This is where most of the hotels, apartment complexes are situated. Coming up on our left hand side is the Veronica Hotel, and then right in front of us is the Olympic Lagoon Hotel. So if you're going to book in there and have a wedding, yes, you're going to have a great time indeed. And of course, out its back door is a view straight across to the blue Mediterranean Sea. Let's keep going. This area here, by the way, is called the Triangle, and there's lots of bars and restaurants. There was a lady asking in the comments the other day if she's living in the Avanti Hotel or the Olympic Lagoon Hotel. Are there restaurants and bars around here? And there are quite a few. And if you want to get to the harbour, it's going to take you around about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how fast you walk. Now, on the right hand side is a brand new skyscraper, and guess what it's called? It's called Soho, yes, and they're going to build another one right next door to it. Nice. And to be honest, it doesn't look too bad at all. Let's go into the car park and circumnavigate it so you get a great view, because this new development is called Soho, and to be honest, it's now starting to bed in quite well, I think. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's called progress, isn't it? And rumour has it that there are 5 more going to be built in and around Paphos over the next year or so. And as I've said, Soho is going to build a matching block next door to it. So get used to it. There it is. There's Soho in downtown Paphos, and then all around it they are building villas, if you look carefully. And like I say, next to it they're going to build another block, and the other block's going to be either 1 floor higher or 1 floor lower. One of them's going to be 25 and one of them's going to be 26 apparently, and I think that includes the basements, because that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stories. Perhaps someone's got their maths wrong, probably me, but that's what I was told, 25 and 26 stories. Anyway, it's still what's called a skyscraper in downtown Paphos. And of course, from the top of it, well, you're going to get a great view out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. Big shout out to superstars who now and again like to check into the MARME. If you're named Lady Rachel and there's a Cheshire Cat grinning man in your life, Sir Jason, we're looking forward to seeing you in the new year. What's coming up next, eh, man? Oh yeah, it is the Alexander the Great. Big shout out to Lady so sweet Caroline, and of course Lord Nigel of the Big Guns. Mr. Chrissy, oh yeah, he'll be checking in there as well. That's where a lot of people like to book in. It could be the best hotel on the Paphos seafront, although there is a little bit of competition, isn't there? Drop in the comments, which hotel do you think is the best hotel, and perhaps drop a couple of reasons why you think it is, because each hotel of course has its own peculiarities, doesn't it? Perhaps if you've got kids, perhaps if you haven't got kids, cats and dogs, all those kind of things. Downtown Kato Paphos, bit of a mess at the moment because they're digging it all up, but slowly but surely they are putting it all back together, especially for you. Got a nice new pavement on the left hand side. Eventually all these road networks in and around Kato Paphos are going to become one way. It's going to take a while for myself and the locals to understand that, because of course we do like to go the wrong way if we want to go somewhere. But slowly but surely, I'm pretty sure the boys in blue will knock sense into us. So big diggering going on in downtown Paphos, but hopefully, so we're told, by March, spring of next year, which is not far, is it? No, next week is next year. Well, not next week, in a couple of days in fact, yes. So it'll will be all ready and waiting for the brand new spring and summer season 2024. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. That's the downtown Kato Paphos promenade. It was quite busy, to be honest. Thanks for watching.